Come in more.
A three. Okay, yeah.
All right, what's happening? Hope you guys are all doing well today. We are going to be doing a recording for behind the scenes for Ready Set Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. What that means is wherever you listen to your podcast episodes, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. You'll get the newest notification every single Monday. After listening to a few episodes, leave that 5 star to let the algorithm know that this is a podcast well worth listening to. And appreciate all the love, all the support. It means the world to both Jen and I.
Yeah, so thank you.
You are getting the Elliott's, his and hers point of view today.
Woo.
And super excited to be with you guys. So, with that being said, let's get it. Oh, because this is on YouTube too, you guys know, hit the bell, ring the whatever, like subscribe, and leave a comment below where you guys are coming in from. All right. If you are working with your significant other, we want to know about it as well. And if you have any tips and tricks of what you do that is special within your relationship that makes the fire strong and makes it work for you guys, then we want to hear about that as well. Let's get to it. Welcome back, everyone, to Ready, Set, Go Real Estate Investing Podcast. I am your host, Mr. Elliott, Mr. Brandon Elliott, and then we got the infamous, none other, the one and only Mrs. Elliott in the house. What's up, Jen?
Wow, what an introduction. I feel so honored to be on the podcast once again. I
Yeah.
love being on here. It's a fun time.
She did not like, however,
Oh, that's
last time when I introduced her of the
we just not talk about that.
we'll just leave it in the past. Anyway, hope you guys are all doing well today. Today we wanted to bring some fresh fire to relationships out there. If you guys are in a if you have a significant other, number one, this is probably for you. All right. This is something that could help. If number two, if you are working with your significant other, your business partner, and you guys are not just doing life together, but trying to run a business and build a legacy within your family, then this is 100% for you. First off, full disclaimer, we are not perfect. We don't have it all figured out. We've been together for 10 years. There's been other people that have been together for 20, 30, 50 years that totally inspire the heck out of us. And, but what I can tell you is that we've been uh, in business and in relationship together from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And we've had the ups, the downs, the things that definitely don't work that I can preach behind.
Mm-hmm.
And then the things that we believe have helped us work better within our relationship over time that work for us. So we hope our experience, our trials, our tribulations, if it can help bring a little bit of unity to you guys, then great. That's what this is for. So, with that being said, yeah, Jen, do you have anything to say about that?
Wow, I'm so glad he mentioned that because again, uh, we've been together for 10 years and starting business together at the same time, which is a very unique kind of setting already. And so again, hearing this with an open heart, we're not perfect. We have a lot of things that we're still working through and that we're still working on, whether it's in our business and our relationship together. But what we can tell you is that it's all well worth it, and we love each other even more. I love him even more than when we started dating, and that tells you a lot. And obviously, we're very happy together. But that doesn't mean we don't get bad days. Let me tell you, there are bad days, and that's the cost of doing business, doing life in general. There's gonna be the downs, but the upside is gonna beat the downs.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get started today on the three C's. All right. It's a special three C's. If there's anything you can take out, remember those three C's. Okay.
And before we jump into that, if you another reason why we are doing this is because we've gotten a lot of feedback in the past
Yes.
from other individuals that want desperately to work with their significant other, and they don't know how to make it work. They don't know how, like, the yin and yang, and to really be able to pour into the other person. And what I can tell you is that I don't necessarily believe it's for everybody. I don't. However, I also believe God puts it's a good thing, right? God says it's a good thing when you partner up and you pair up with your significant other. And so if you can learn to steward that relationship properly and do life and business together, it can be a beautiful thing. So
So good.
for anybody out there that is might not be in a relationship right now but is aspiring to be in the future, I still believe there will be good nuggets here for you. But with that being said, just have an open heart to it, have an open ear, take everything with your, the 2 cents, and make your own decision afterwards. Pray on it and hope that it brings value. So with that being said, let's dive into the 3 C's.
Oh, okay. Yes, we will dive into it. I also want to add in, we do have couples who are in relationships and well, not just relationship, one relationship with a husband and wife, and that they are doing business together. And they also asked us like, okay, well, how are we able to still have the fire in us, and how are we able to still um, lead our business and also lead the household and still keeping our head up. So again, diving that's not just for people who want to be in a business with their significant other. It's also for significant others who are already doing business together. All right. So the first C is communicate. Now, please do not take this lightly. I know you hear all the time about communication, but we're going to dive deeper into what does truly mean. How does communicating well look like? Now, we have grown over the past years of how we would talk to one another. All right. So, if there's something that we are not seeing eye to eye with each other, we're not going to yell at each other. We are not going to call names. We're just and get frustrated because again, me this is me and you versus a problem, not me versus you. And so the way that you communicate with one another, that's one part of this, is being able to talk about, okay, well, what is the issue and how do you see it? How do I see it? Where can we meet in the middle? Or um, let's talk the pros and cons and which one's going to be better. So that's
What,
one
what
aspect of it.
what about for all the guys out there that aren't the best communicators? Like what kind of recommendation? Because there's a lot of people out there that they don't know, how to communicate properly. I think you mentioned it there a second ago. It's like leave all your cards on the table and be extremely transparent, extremely
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable, like put the your guard down
Mm-hmm.
and and communicate, like explain, hey, this is how I'm feeling, this is what made me frustrated, this is what made me mad, this is the things. And the more that you can clearly communicate, and also if you can tell that things are getting heated, there's a time and a place, and sometimes it's better to just like take a deep breath, walk away from the situation, stop something from escalating, and move back into it at a different time. But is there anything else that you would say to guys out there, or women as well, that just aren't the best communicators?
Mm-hmm. I love that you brought this up because that's another aspect to communicating. And I do want to say, just calling you out there in the beginning of our relationship, we were very young, a lot to learn. And
I was the best communicator, is what you're about to say, right? The best.
I was not the best communicator at all either. Okay. But what I can say from a man's side, let's talk about a man's side right now. In a man's side, from like with Brandon, just seeing his growth and just seeing your growth really, is that the way that if you're frustrated about something, you don't just yell at it, you just go away. Like you said, sometimes you need to go out first and then, not be heated and bring it back into the conversation so that we're able to work it out. But what you have been doing, and really, I feel like because you do personal development, so guys out there, if you're not a good communicator, well, first of all, let's just say you're not a good communicator yet. So don't just dub yourself this curse that you're not a good communicator, because the more that you say that about yourself, the harder it's going to be to break that off.
Mhm.
Now, the second thing to that is, okay,
Get personal development on it.
yes, thank you. Get personal development. Personal development helps so much. And from my own experience coming from you as a wife, and you're communicating with me and seeing the way you communicate with me over the past years, whether it's through life or through business, is that what I've noticed really good things. It's one, uh, you're quick to say sorry, like, hey, if you blew it out of proportion, you know, we're not, we're human, we make mistakes, we're not always going to say the right things, and when things are heated, things are gonna, and that's coming from me too, not just him, that you're gonna say things that you don't mean to say, and you're quick to saying sorry now, like, hey, I didn't mean to come at you like that, let's
Hmm.
talk about it. So that's one thing. Number two, another thing, if he's feeling a weight on his shoulders, he's doing really good now of like, hey, I really feel this pressure right now and I just need to talk to you about it. And that's when, as a wife, partner, to listen, okay, I appreciate it, let's talk about it, what's going on, and just listen to him and not trying to fix him. Okay, we don't need a fixing yet, we just need to listen and hear him out of what to, the biggest thing is accepted, understood, and adored. Okay. If you can follow those three things, those are great communicators, right? Those three things: accepted, adored, and understood. So when he opens up and say, like, hey, I'm feeling this pressure, that's when you come in, you hear it, hear him out. You're not trying to fix him. Okay. Number two, it's cheering him on. Okay. So if you're feeling the pressure, you're going to want to cheer him on.
Well, that kind of goes into our second piece, which is cool, right? Which
Oh,
is
shoot. Yeah.
which is our second C, which would be celebrate.
I haven't do that on purpose. See, you're meant to be here. We're meant to be here to talk about it and to celebrate. So you're celebrating. Um, so if he's feeling down and he's feeling like this pressure, this weight, there's all these damn fires everywhere, and he feels like he doesn't want to mess up. He wants to do the right thing. Well, let me tell you something.
Because a lot of guys will feel that way, and then some guys will feel like they got to be macho man savage and like not show any weakness or show any fears to their woman, right? And so I firmly believe not in that, because
Mm-hmm.
if you start that, then what else are you going to start hiding from her? And so I don't believe in that at all. I think
Very good.
getting it off your shoulders, getting off your heart, and then also talking it out. You know, if she, if you are able to communicate properly and kind of explain to her like, hey, I don't need you to solve it, I'll solve the problems, but I do need to be heard and get it off my chest. And then who knows, like there's a lot of wisdom that the woman holds in so many ways to think outside the box, that when she's cool, calm, and collected on her own time, she can come back and say, hey, what about this and this?
Mm-hmm.
And that
So good.
ability can help just relieve a lot of tension and stress and be able to get some clarity and help out tremendously. And then we're doing it as a team.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love that point of view behind it. So celebrating and cheering on, being a cheerleader, kind of guiding throughout the process, and then also looking back and counting the blessings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like counting the wins. It's very common and very easy to get in a complacent spot of like, we got these huge goals and we're not hitting them. It's like, well, we're aiming for the damn stars. Like we're aiming far. Like and when you have so many huge goals and then a bunch of fires popping off daily, it's
Mm-hmm.
quick to look at everything as like a check mark, and it's like, man, I got to put this out and this out, and you dwell on the negative things. But then when the good things happen, it's more of like, oh, just a check off the box, just checking off, versus looking back and taking a moment to really sit in that and and realize like, man, we've come far, like we've done a really damn good job. It wasn't easy, and I'm going to sit in this moment for a second because it's well worth the celebration.
So good. There's so many nuggets. So if you can just go back and rewatch Brandon's part of like even talk about communicating and then celebrating, it was so many golden nuggets. I just want to pull two of them out there. One is about like how uh it's not like the women isn't meant to say to like fix or like to share wisdom. It's only when the time is called, and you will know when that time is calling you to share your wisdom that will help guide. And number two, feeling the burden off of the pressure. You guys are in this marriage together and as partners. If he's holding on all the weight and not sharing it with me, how are we supposed to be a team and help each other up.
Yeah.
He's going to hold on to that, and the enemy is going to be so easy to sneak into that because he's feeling already alone, and his partner in life is not being able to be spoken to. And guys, just throwing this out there coming from a wife is that we rather know than not know so we can fight the battle with you. How do you think back in the day when king and queens are building their kingdom and taking territory? It's the king and queen are doing it together, not the king by himself. That is when the kingdom gets down and not be able to take territory. So those are really two good golden nuggets I want to throw out there. And C is to celebrate. One of the best things that we've been hearing so far and that we keep coming back to is like, isn't it crazy that what you have prayed for have already come into fruition? So meaning it's like what you're praying for that is not in the scene yet, it's going to happen. Be thankful of the things that already come to into fruit and that you've already come. And on top of that, you are not the person that you were before, and your business wasn't there, hopefully wasn't there from what it was before. And
Mm-hmm.
so celebrating all that wins throughout life is so key, because let me tell you, negativity within your business, within your life, is going there's always going to be something that pops up.
I love it.
So celebrating and also cheering him on. Last thing about the celebration part, because being a man already, he's already taking on all this pressure. And so like to remind him and to be that cheerleader, it's so important. And not saying, and if he fails, which when he does, because that's with anything in life.
We're
And
all human.
we're all human. Remember, even me, that's something that he needs to remember too. Grace. Okay, guys, grace is that cheering him on, and knowing like it's gonna be okay. You this door closed, another door is gonna open.
All right. So, and then the third C is clarity.
Clarity. Guys, we're gonna end it with a bang. With clarity, there's so many different aspects. With clarity, I want to first talk about being clear of what your vision is, so
Yeah.
that if you don't have a vision that is shared together, it's really hard to go in through the nuances of life. And when you know your vision, and if something happens, it's tunnel vision, right? You heard that tunnel vision, you have that one goal together, you're
It's
going to fight.
focus.
It's focus, you're going to fight through it. Thank you. All right. And then also talking about with each other non-negotiables. We mentioned that earlier in this podcast about like not yelling at each other, not calling each other names. And if the things is too heated, our non-negotiables is to pray it off. We must pray it off. And again, when life hits really hard and praying and you're like, damn, Jesus, please take the will, I'm still upset, dance it off. All right. Non-negotiable, dance. Taking the time to really dance with each other.
Yeah, whenever you get to a point where like you guys could kill for less and you can't even pray in the moment, what you can do is just stop what you're doing, walk up to each other, and just stand there and start slow dancing for a second. Like hug it out, and within 20-30 seconds, it will feel like eternity, but it's gonna start feeling better and better, and just you're like chiseling at any bitterness or any tension, like it just starts breaking off and melting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's power in that, behind coming together again and not letting the enemy win. You know, his whole intention is to kill, steal, and destroy. And
Yes.
so I think there's power behind not allowing any of that to take place and stay united, even in the middle of like a battle 1-on-1. You can realize that it's not us versus each other, it's us versus the problem. And uh and no matter what circumstances play that role, it's there's power when we bring clarity into it and we have a clear vision of where we're going, so that you guys are always staying in communication and you guys are agreeing like this is where we're going, like this is the clarity that we needed, this is the exact points. And every time that we feel lost, we can come back together and say, hey, why are we doing this again? Like, what's the
Mm-hmm.
point of this again? And also mentorship, when we are investing in ourselves and mentors sometimes, and it frequently happens, like every time when we sit down with our mentors and we get some really gold nuggets, it's like boom, this is why we're doing it, this is exactly why we're doing it. We get that clarity, and it's everything in those moments, because the day to day can wear you out. it can
Hmm.
beat the hell out of you with fires popping off, with a ton of employees, with a ton of fulfillment members, like with you aiming for excellence, and it feels the opposite of that on a daily basis for a period of time, and just struggles and trials and tribulations. It can be devastating in many ways. So when you have each other, and that the communication, celebrate together, and have that clarity, those three C's, it can be everything. And so, is there anything else you want to end on with this?
Yes.
At the end of the day, we wanted to make this short, sweet, concise, straight to the punch for you guys because you were asking for it, and we want to respect your time, but also give you the meat and potatoes of what has helped us
Hmm.
tremendously, and what we feel like could drastically help you if you give it that power.
Yes, and just to add on to everything that Brandon said is taking the time to have clarity breaks. And that can be like him going by himself or us going together. We like taking walks around our neighborhood,
Yeah,
taking a hike. And those were the times where, we're not mentioning about business, but business just comes and flow out because we're giving us that time and space to be
space.
outside of the business, so that we can, or in the business, so we can be on the business.
Yeah, it's the clarity breaks are
Mhm.
so important, and she forces me to do them every so often. I should do more of them.
Encourage.
Yeah, I should do more of them, but it's not a selfish thing. It's needed for the business. It's so that you don't burn out. It's so that you, as a visionary, can really dream bigger and stir things up and have that
Mhm.
aha moment to get things fixed and dialed in properly, versus always just working in the business. You don't even realize that 30,000 foot
Mhm.
like outsider view of the simplest things that could actually make the biggest impacts. And that's where having those moments of clarity can be extremely useful, extremely helpful. It's in EOS as well, which if you're not utilizing within a business, you're messing up already. So go
You're
and
gonna
do
want
that.
to. You're gonna
Go
want to.
go do that right now. But anyway, that is such a good point.
Hmm. And last, I just want to end with this is just emphasizing and what Brandon said about getting clarity through mentorship. Let me tell you, when you from our relationship and through our business, when we're able to uh, have like be part of masterminds or have mentorship, we're able to get different clarity within our business that we normally wouldn't see because we're so um, in it instead of being on it. And so it's important and it's necessary to make those investments within yourself and within your business so that you're able to grow and flourish. And adding on here, if you haven't heard of the book, The Gap and Gain. It's the same writer for 10x is easier than 2x. And so he mentions about the gap and the gain. And so living in the gain is where we want to be. But when we do life, there's only those two things. Just wanted to end it with that.
I love it. I love it. Anyway, you guys heard it here first. Praying that you guys have an incredible day as well, that you enjoy it together, that you're building something impactful, inspiring, and something that stirs you guys up together. Challenging, but rewarding, and taking you guys to the next level, making you guys stronger in all the areas that could be strengthened. Business and relationships. It's a powerful thing putting it together. So I couldn't be more grateful for our relationship, for our business, for our freedom, and for our values combined together. It makes it a hell of a dynamic duo. And for you guys out there, if you are looking for more funding, we have an incredible opportunity. It's our 0%. Uh, it's our 0% boot camp. It's a live virtual event that we're putting on. It's a 3 full day, by the way, huge event that's going to be incredible. It's going to be in just the next 2 weeks. It's going to be June 27th, 28th, and 29th. You're not going to want to miss it. It's our 0% capital boot camp. All right. So to get your tickets to that, what you're going to want to do is go to creditcounselelite.com. That's www.creditcounselelite.com. We have a quick 5-minute video on there that explains more about what the heck we got going on, how we're showing you how to be able to get up to 500,000 with interest rates as low as 0%, something that can be repeated every 6 months per person. There's power in that once you learn how to get that foundational piece, learn how to talk to the banks and get massive amounts of funding. We're doing a live 3-day event you're not going to want to miss. So check that out. If you have any questions, you can DM us on social media. It is Brandon Elliott Investments on IG or Credit Counsel Elite on IG. And what else? You want to plug your IG?
Yeah, if you guys want to check out some more stuff for me, it's Jennifer the Entrepreneur. And yeah, if you're not there, why not? We're gonna see you. We'll see you there in the 3-day.
That's right. All right, guys. Be there or be square is what
Mhm.
she's saying. All
Hey,
right.
don't be a square.
Don't be a square.
Don't be a square.
All right, guys. Love you all so much. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. You'll get the newest notification every single Monday. Leave that 5-star review afterwards. Love you guys all so much. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch you on the next one. Till next time, guys. God bless.
Bye. We love you.
Peace out. Bye. And that is a wrap. See you, YouTube.